What are the danyo, what the dang hang go danyo. Oh, what a dang. Well, my name Black Rasta, and of course, I am very, very excited to be with you. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show, number where we speak truth to power. Remember to share this broadcast right now. Hear me now. Now this is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shunaman. Here we speak truth to power. We normally would not criticize, but if you hear us criticizing, it means that we are only criticizing to build and not to destroy. That is the only condition. My brother, my sister, it's all about our people, our continent, our land. Hey, we are in the service of God and country. This is the show you've been waiting for. And of course, we are streaming live on Facebook right about now. I need you to share this page. I need you to share this broadcast. We are also live on Instagram, live on YouTube, and live on Twitter. Oh my God. And today we have a lot of things to discuss. From the newsreel, you know we always keep it real. I read, and this one I'm taking from 3news.com, the most authentic source of news online. My own 3 News, and it says, we received several calls thanking us for storming Ashaiman. And this is Ghana Armed Forces talking. I read, now the Director General in charge of public relations of the Ghana Armed Forces, GAF, Eric Mawuena, has said that they have received plaudits from several Ghanaians for the action they took at Ashaiman following the killing of a soldier. He said that people are asking when they will visit the area again. Speaking to the annual general meeting and the National Public Relations and Communications Summit of the Institute of Public Relations on Thursday, March 23, he explained that a lot of things have been happening at Ashaiman. However, the killing of the soldier Sharif Imaro became the last straw that broke the camel's back. He said, whatever happened in Ashaiman was not something somebody woke up one morning and said, let us go to Ashaiman. So many things are taking place, and our soldier dying became the last straw that broke the camel's back. Ashaiman, there are still sections that the police cannot go and effect an arrest. They won't dare. Somebody commits a crime and you can't go there to even arrest the person. And so we were tracking the event. He said, the number of calls that I have received and the institution has received thanking us for the actions in Ashaiman, people are asking when we will do that again. All right. So this guy speaking here is one of the shameless dudes we have in the armed forces. This guy speaking here is a shame to democracy. This guy speaking here is a shame to the armed forces. A country that boasts that it is the gateway to Africa. The first country south of the Sahara to gain independence. Listen to the rot that this guy here is saying on behalf of the Ghana Armed Forces. What a shame. You get up and go to Ashaiman that a soldier had been killed. For that matter, you go and ransack the area, beating innocent people. Now it has been proven beyond all doubt that all the people they beat in Ashaiman were innocent. The police, with police intelligence, went into the area without backing and beating up people. Arrested 6 suspects who, according to the information we have, some of who we are told have confessed to the crime, and none of the 6 is part of the 184 innocent people that the army went in there and beat to pulp. We are told that one of the victims of the beating even died in Ashaiman. And all these soldier man, I don't know if he's a soldier or he's just a PRO or whatever he is. My brother, my sister, is hailing high the undemocratic thing they went to Ashaiman to do. This is so shameful. I'm not surprised IMF is not interested in coming into this country. because it has become a junglistic affair. It has become a junglistic space. It has become a space, my brother, my sister, that is so shameful. How can you be boasting of democracy? The leader of this nation one time, Kwame Nkrumah, was seen as the president of the whole of Africa. My brother, my sister, nothing happened in Africa without consulting Kwame Nkrumah. To the point that even America had to speak to Kwame Nkrumah before making things happen around Africa. Today, Nkrumah will be rolling in his grave. What happened to the investigations? Now, this is the PRO who is telling the whole Ghana that, hey, listen, hey, you see, there are areas in Ashaiman where the police cannot go. So what do? You sit with the police, right? You have to sit down with the police. And when you sit with the police will now be able to tell you that, okay, now this area we are unable to go there because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. You understand? And when that is what it is, my brother, my sister, because you are stronger, yours is aggression, what do? You can collaborate with the police and go in there. But right now, it looks like you are cutting your nose to spite your face. Say it again. You are cutting your nose to spite your face. My brother, my sister, it looks like these people want to just give an alibi. Now, the PRO of the GAF, Ghana Armed Forces, I'm told is a soldier himself. In fact, the head of the army should be sacking this guy immediately. He is not a good PRO. This is a PRO who is reducing this country into a junglistic space. It's so terrible. We are trying to run away from the nonsense that Jerry John Rawlings brought into this country. My brother, my sister, almost turning this country into a military space. We saw how women and children were beaten up. Some women were even stripped naked and whipped in their vaginas right there inside Kajetia Market. We saw how they burnt down markets. And the army was what was involved. It came to a time we all were running away anytime we saw the army. Do you want to return that junglistic space into our arena? I am truly ashamed to hear this. And because we fear your guns, we shouldn't talk. Because we fear your guns, we shouldn't talk. Who bought you those guns? It's the citizens of this country who did that. Now, if you want to reduce this country into a certain space where we cannot speak because we fear you, then we better leave and go and live in space. Because this country will not be worth living in. Can you believe this nonsense that this PRO has said? And you want the army to be respected. Now, the police lost respect in Ghana to some extent. Now, if the army is not careful, you're going to lose more respect than the police. It's because of some of these utterances that the police lost a lot of respect in the country. Now, the citizens of this country respect you. And if you would get up and march all the way to Ashaiman, whoever gave you that order should be bowing down his head in shame. You didn't contact the police. You went in there. The people who were supposed to have the responsibility of internal intelligence, you never contacted them. You went out of your external aggression into internal aggression, beating up people night and day. One person has died. Are you saying that the person who died was the one who killed Imoro? Now he's dead. What are you going to tell the family of this person? You lost one member. You went to harass the people of Ashaiman. Now the people of Ashaiman have also lost one member. Should they come and harass the army? Are you not supposed to be protecting us? You spend night and day in the jungle, doing jungle warfare, and so on and so forth. We respect you, we love you, we appreciate you, because your special time you dedicate to protecting us. But if you turn your guns on us, it means that you have failed. Whoever this PRO is, my brother, my sister, find him and strip him of his army uniform. Send him home. This is not a PRO, he's a terrorist. I leave it here. To God be the glory. Number 2, I'm I'm going to Peace FM Online, and it says, why now? Nana Akwamia reacts to Professor Frimpong Boateng's Galamsey at Jubilee House allegation. And I read, why now? The Chief Executive Officer of the Intercity State Transport Corporation, STC, Nana Akwamia, has asked Professor Frimpong Boateng. Now, the former Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, has accused some top officials of the government of being engaged in illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey. In fact, instead of saying popularly, we should rather say infamously known as Galamsey. Now, the renowned professor who served under President Dankwa Akufo-Addo during his first tenure of office insisted that the canker is rooted deep at the seat of government, Jubilee House. Meanwhile, President Dankwa Akufo-Addo tasked the police to investigate the former minister's allegations. However, Nana Akwamia wonders why Professor Frimpong Boateng didn't bring this out early for it to be investigated. Okay, I'll leave it here. Listen, hear me. Hear me now. Listen, crime has no expiry date. That's number one. Number two, better late than never. Now, the third thing is that you are dealing with a very, very, very dangerous president. He's a very vindictive president. Do you know what it means to say vindictive? That is vindictiveness. Retaliative president. A president who will never forgive. When you bite him, he will come back and bite you 10 times. He has no mercy. This is the man we're talking about. Now, why is Black Rasta saying that we live under a dangerous, vindictive president? Now, we all know that an MP came out and told us that this man is a very vindictive president. And he's an NPP MP. If you do not support this man, what he does is that he will do all he can to make sure that you don't return as an MP. Do we all remember that statement? Or you want me to play back that statement? My brother, my sister, this is the kind of president we have. Very vindictive. He's watching who is supporting him and who is not supporting him, who has said something negative about him, who has criticized him, and he will return and visit you with political harm. So the good old professor probably observed this and decided to sit back and watch small boys play. Now, when small boys finish playing, now the big boys can now take over the space and show them a lesson in proper intelligence. Hear me now. Nana Akwamia is somebody that I respect and I love so much. Hear me now. Watch me. You see, Nana Akwamia, you know how pretentious your president is. We have done investigations in this country, high-profile investigations. We came out with high-profile results, and this president went to bed. On one occasion, he even told us point blank that he would not implement the recommendations of the investigation. Do you want me to talk about that? We all saw how Sam George was slapped. We heard the sound of the slap, and it sounded like an atomic bomb was dropping on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That slap, I am surprised that Sam George did not get cancer of the jaw from that slap. We all had that slap, and we thought it was a bomb that has exploded just around us. What happened to that investigation? What happened to that investigation? Emil Short sat on it. We paid them for that committee set up. At the end of the day, when they brought up recommendations, we saw the information minister ordered by the president of the republic to tell us that, okay, they have recommended A, B, C, D, E, F. We will not listen to number one. We will not listen to B. We will not listen to C. But D, E, F, we will try and work with that. Is this one to a president? The president who begged us for us to give him the chance to come and rule us. Today, he's become a demon who is sucking our blood like a vampire. As for the good old professor, I hope and I pray for strength for him to be able to speak out and speak well. We all know without doubt that these, your own people, are those who are involved in Galamsey. What is Wontumi doing in a forest that has been reserved? What is Wontumi doing there? And what did the president say? After all fingers accused Wontumi of doing galamsey, Mr. President came out and told us that Wontumi was not involved in any galamsey when the issue was in court and being investigated. My God. My God. Listen, the good old professor would give them all the facts, but they will do nothing with that. After all, this is not the first time they are trying to pretend that they are working, yet they are doing nothing. Party here, scamper. Here we go. Now, this is the one that we're taking from Graphic Online, the national communicator. And it says, ECG disconnects power to Qatar vaccine storage. Medicines risk going waste. You want to hear it again? ECG disconnects power to Qatar vaccine storage. Medicines risk going waste. And I read, vaccines for routine immunization, including new, deliveries received last week, risk going waste at the Qatar Municipal Health Directorate because the electricity company of Ghana, ECG, has disconnected power supply to the facility for the non-payment of bills. This is in spite of the government classifying some health facilities, including vaccine stores, operating theaters, medical laboratories, designated pharmacies, and consulting rooms as essential and strategic where power outage must not occur. Now, when you live in a cassava republic, when you live in a Banchin republic, this is what happens. The Parliament House is owing electricity. Whole airport is owing electricity. So electricity company of Ghana goes to disconnect power supply to whole airport. And the whole place has been doom-sawed. Do we all remember what caused the plane crash in Nigeria that took the life of the woman that we all knew as a single and married, Pastor Bimbo? Do we all remember the Sosoliso air crash in Nigeria? What happened? It was doomsday. Whilst the plane was about to land, the whole airport went dark. Doomsday, and boom, the plane overran the tarmac, and boof, people died, including Pastor Bimbo. Today, we went to disconnect power at the whole airport, where planes about to land at the time when a nation has failed, with a failed president, with a dwarfed brain. My brother, my sister, this is what happens to us. You went to Nigeria, allegedly, and went to the La Côte d'Ivoire to beg for vaccines. Now, the vaccines that you brought, now electricity is being disconnected to them. Their storage is becoming useless and they are falling apart. Oh, what a nation. Oh, what a people. Oh, what a people. My brother, my sister, whose duty is it to pay electricity, all these bills? It's only an irresponsible person who would use electricity and refuse to pay. Now the people of La, yesterday they were all running helter-skelter to go to electricity to pay their bills, because electricity people have started disconnecting. Why do you have to behave so irresponsibly? You are using electricity, you expect your great-grandfather to come and pay for it. Huh? You use the road, you don't want to pay road tolls. How will the nation grow? Go to Nima, they have started fasting. A lot of them in Nima there are doing illegal connection to electricity and even water. And you think God is going to accept your fasting? My brother, my sister, if you live in an area and you are involved in a certain illegal connection, you use the water to boil tea to drink during Ramadan. You use it to perform ablution to go and pray. Yet the water that you are using is illegally connected. My brother, nobody is going to accept this kind of demonic fasting. The other day, Obinim's church connected electricity illegally, yet they are in there blowing tongues. Blowing tongues to who? The devil. Because you are a thief. You are a thief. The Bible does not like thieves. My brother, my sister, how many times do we have to tell our people to be responsible? The whole parliament that is making laws for us, my brother, my sister, is not paying electricity. They want a new chamber so they can continue not paying electricity. What kind of irresponsible behavior is that? Hospitals are using electricity. They are not paying. Who is supposed to pay for that? So people go in there and they start dying. And then we say our dead grandmothers are responsible for their deaths. That we have to go to Israel and bring a certain stone in order to build a cathedral before God will hear our prayer. What nonsense! My brother, my sister, honestly, I want to end here, but let me just use 1 minute to deal with this. Afenyo Martin, please, for confirmation of ministerial ministers, ministerial nominees. Listen, they want some ministers to take over because some people resigned. So when they come, they are going to be taking ex gratia for serving for just about a year. My brother, my sister, this is the kind of government we're talking about. We all are talking about reducing, cutting down the size of government. You went to the German ambassador to Ghana, begging him to go talk to China to free you of your debts irresponsibly. And what did he tell you? He slapped you in the face with his information. What did he say? The size of government in Germany cannot even be compared to what you have. You have an elephant government size. We have an ant government size. Be careful. And Lord, God have mercy to the bongo clippings. Now what do? In some ministries, you have so many deputies. Why don't you send some of them there? You are bringing new people to come in there and take ex gratia. Oh, what a demonic government with dwarfed minds. What a sin thing. Well, my name is Black Rasta. I want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate it and I love you. Eric Mawuena Egbeta is in the house. He's holding